Thanks for having this. My name is Jeff Marcus. I'm the high school cross country coach. We'll say I've been coaching on and off here since 2014. With that, this past year we established a scholarship called the Flyin Memorial Scholarship. Ryan Vamaka, about exactly 9 years ago this week, helped Mountain View track team win the state championship, running the 800 in 155.89, finishing 7th place at the state championship. That was his lifetime personal best. About 11 months ago, Ryan was in his last few weeks of life. And he was overtaken by a rare form of brain cancer. And I asked him at that time if he'd be okay if we named an invitational after him. And his eyes lit up and said yes. And we asked him what he wanted that to be called. And he said, Flyin Ryan. Okay, what does that mean? And he had these red shoes when he was a little kid, and they were Nikes, and when he put them on, he was Flyin Ryan, I guess. And so it was a very cool thing. And so we started a cross-country race last year, which helped us raise money for this scholarship. It's both a high school race, and we do a citizens race as well. And we put that money towards a scholarship to help a track and cross-country athlete that's going to hopefully continue with sports, or just continue to be a great person and a great leader like Ryan was. This year on October 3rd, we'll be running that invitational again. So yeah, if anybody loves to run, come join us for that. With that being said, I want to introduce Coach Hall, and he's going to present the scholarship, the first annual scholarship of the Flyin Ryan Memorial.
The head coach of Mountain View High School Track and Field. I am honored to be here today in front of you talking about a couple very special people. Ryan Vamaka. I think everyone here who knew him can instantly picture that big, beautiful, room-brightening smile that he possessed. This was a kid whose demeanor was calm and cool around classmates and coaches, but changed to cutthroat killer when it came to stepping on the track. The kind of athlete every coach dreams to have on their team. I never had the privilege of coaching him, but I did have Ryan in class, a squirrely freshman surrounded by other squirrely freshmen, doing squirrely freshman things. But he was always ultimately respectful and understood the meaning of work is work, and would often help focus his more capricious classmates. This is leadership, and even as a goofy 9th grader, he exhibited that trait. I don't need to delve into that particular trait that he exhibited as a high-level athlete, both in leading his team to a state championship and in running at the next level, because most here are already keenly aware of that. But I just want to say that even to the very end, this trait tested true. When he came to me a couple years ago asking if he could come on staff, I immediately jumped at the opportunity. Here was a kid I knew was a leader and also a stud track athlete. Yet, he was very ill, but of course I wanted him to be with us. He did a great job as a coach that year, even if his health was rapidly deteriorating, which kept him away for stretches at a time. Towards the end of that season, I know that was the very hardest of times for both him and his family. When he was able to be there, however, the rapport he had with the kids and with me was robust. I cherished that time that I got to spend with him. His time here was entirely too short. His leadership qualities, however, carried on through others. The relationships he fostered, particularly with the kids who were on the Simplot trip that year, made an impact. Leadership is not a quality that is present in everyone, nor is it a quality you can specifically teach. That is why, in my opinion, DeLorean was the perfect choice for this inaugural year of this scholarship. DeLorean Pincus-Gilmore was chosen as a captain of our team for a reason. It's not because she was the fastest girl, which, -1 super stud Madeline, she was. It's not because she was the most experienced female track athlete, she wasn't. It's precisely because of the similar qualities that she possessed that Ryan held in such abundance. She is a leader. She is a kid other kids look to. She is a kid that carries a certain gravitas as she walks the halls and has nothing to do with her giant muscles. She is a kid that we as a coaching staff unanimously agreed that we want to lead our team. Beyond all that, though, she's a complete kid. She is humble and smart, and most importantly, as a coach, extremely coachable. In fact, and some of you probably are already aware of this story, I'm telling it again, but we as a staff love her so much that we just wanted to see her run a state for her senior year. So we made our best sprinter an 800 runner. I'm sure at first she didn't love this decision, but her being her, she put on her trademark giant smile, another trait shared with Veronica, and proceeded to spend exactly 1 week trying to get herself into 800 form so she could run a leg in the state 4x800 meter relay. Now, did it go as we wanted? No, but we all got our wish of seeing her on the biggest stage in Colorado, and I hope she can carry that memory positively into the future. After all, we are all shaped by our adversity. It builds character and ultimately leads us to become who we are meant to be. And all that being said, DeLauren is meant to be great. I am proud and humbled and grateful that I was able to be a part of both DeLauren and Ryan's journeys. Congrats, DeLauren.